Alright, so what we have today is Synchro Tribrigade Lyrilusc versus Pure Lyrilusc post Synchro Storm. This is a remote duel. Most of this is unedited. Just a spoiler alert. This is Synchro Tribrigade Lyrilusc, but how tough and competitive this game was, you're not gonna see much of the synchro portion, if at all. So if you were banking on seeing it, you would have to you basically have to look at a different video. But here's the match. Oh, I apologize. Let me skip ahead. So what we have here is the opponent. Alright, so we have here is the I started recording late. So we have here is the opponent. What he did was he normaled the Sparrow, the Cobalt Sparrow. He normaled the Sparrow, and what I apologize, the Sapphire Swallow. And what Sapphire Swallow says is, if your opponent controls a winged beast, you special summon that card and another winged beast. So I guess he opened two of them. So he normaled the Sapphire Swallow, used the Sapphire Swallow to special summon itself and the Celeste Wagtail, one of the new cards out of Synchro Storm, and he overlaid both into the Versatile Starling. Yeah, so he overlaid both into the Versatile Starling. I apologize, there's an ad in the background. Let me stop the ad. There you go. Alright, so he overlaid both into Versatile Starling. And now he's attempting to activate Versatile Starling to target itself to give itself attack. And now you're up to date. You should be able to hear some of the audio in the background, but the video is like so sped up that I have it turned really low because I doubt you kind of want to hear it. It sounds like Alvin and the Chipmunks. Alright, so he detaches the Sapphire Swallow to search. I believe he goes for the Cobalt Sparrow. Yeah, he goes for the Cobalt Sparrow. Cobalt Sparrow, if it's special summon, you can just add a winged beast from your hand. So he activates Bird Call. What Bird Call does is it's like a Rhoda in a Fool's Barrel. You can search or dump, and you can special summon a different card of the same type. I mean, different Lyrilusc card with a different name. So he uses that, searches the Barrel Canary, and since he already had the Sparrow that he just searched, he special summoned it, and then Canary has an effect to search. So he searches the Warbler. I believe he's gonna overlay the two. Yep, overlays the two into a second Versatile Starling, which is good. He activates the effect, target itself, gain more attack. I think he makes the other one gain more attack. It doesn't matter. But he detaches and searches. I believe now he searches. He already has the Barrel Canary, so I think he searches another Wagtail. I could be wrong. Yep, I'm wrong. He searches Barrel Canary, and Barrel Canary has an effect that lets you target a Lyrilusc in grave and special summon itself in another. So right now he's overlaying both into Utopic Future. I tell him just to skip steps. I already know where he's going with it. I'm familiar with the deck. I actually plan on playing it. So I just tell him just make the monster. He just makes the monster. Utopic, if you're not familiar, Utopic Future is a negate. You have to go into this one first. After you go into this one, it allows you to go into this one. So he already has a negate, so I can't like nib or anything. He uses all his Lyrilusc to go into the new Ensemble Blue, which has 4 cards under it. So it's a 4 Compulse or double Dragon Lords. So every time I special summon, he can bounce the card. So he has 4 ways to basically. I can't play, bro. So it's my turn. I activate Jack in the Hand. He sets 1 and passes after he desires, which is really strong. So he draws 2 on his turn, sets 1, passes, and I Jack in the Hand. Jack in the Hand basically allows me to reveal 3 cards. I reveal, and now he sees what I'm playing. Maybe I should have scooped. I see not gonna play. Sometimes the right thing is to scoop because he doesn't know what I'm playing. I know what he's playing. I attempt to try to play through his board, even though it's 5 interruptions. He has 4 bounces. He can bounce 4 cards back to my hand, as well as a monster negate and a set card. So he has 6 interruptions. The smart thing to do would have been just scoop, and then so when he sided, he didn't know how to properly side against me. But instead, I try to play it through. I do Jack in the Hand. I reveal 3 cards. I reveal Turquoise Warbler. I reveal Slower Swallow. Oh, wrong card. And I reveal Nerval. He takes the Warbler. I'm thinking, do I take Slower Swallow or do I take the Nerval? Slower Swallow is a newer card from Dawn of Majesty. Basically, if I control 2 cards with the same level, I can special summon itself out. I was thinking about grabbing that, but I just ended up grabbing the Nerval just because I don't see how I'd be able to actually use that card. I'm playing through such a crazy board. So instead, I normal the kit. Link the kit off into the Almirage. Activate Kit. Kit lets me get a dump. Dump Nerval. He's letting all this go through. He knows there's no way I can play through it. I'm really trying to bait him. I don't know why, but I'm just trying to bait him. But there's no point. Activate Nerval. Search. Search Karis. I do Karis pitching the barrier statue because I won't be able to use it. He already has what he wants. He already has everything he needs. So I know I wouldn't be able to use it. He bounces the card back to my hand. So I said, okay, I set one to pass. So I put it on him. Set one pass, let him play. So he draws. He normal summons the Torquus Warbler that I gave him off the Jack in the Hand. Why he did it, I don't know. Honestly, probably just a flex. Literally, probably just a flex. So he goes into Amirage. Oops. He goes into Amirage. He does Barrel Canary, target Wagtail. I believe. Yeah, so he does Barrel Canary. Target Sapphire Swallow special. He overlays into the Assembled Nightingale. And from then, is his game. Because he has an effect engraved that lets it attach itself as material to the Nightingale. So he activates effect to detach, which this card literally just lets you reattach it. So he reattaches it. And then from there, I think I just scoop. Cause I know I can't play. I have a set Solemn Strike. That's my set card. I reveal it. I show him like, bro, my set card Solemn Strike. I basically seeing maybe if he would have attacked me directly with his two monsters and tried to make Zeus, I could have striked the Zeus summon to have another turn in play. But I'm gonna play. I opened up Lyrilusc, Kit, Strike, Nerval. I just didn't have enough. I didn't have enough gas to play. So we go into siding at this point. It was crazy finding somebody who was playing this deck, because it's a deck I actually really liked. Once I seen the new support was coming out, I actually really liked those cards and I wanted them. By the way, I didn't activate the strike. I was just revealing it after I scooped. But I really was interested in those cards. So it's crazy to finally be able to play somebody. The cards have been out for like 2 days, and seeing somebody who actually had interest in the deck and picked it up as well was really cool. But he said he bought a booster. He bought a box of Synchro Storm, and he pulled most of the cards. I think he said he pulled majority of the deck from the box. It's really cool. Before this, I was playing Phantom Knights, which I'm gonna do a video and upload that next. I was doing Phantom Knights versus my Synchro Tribrigade Lyrilusc, which in that match you can see the synchro portion. Here, as you see, he went first. It was a blowout. I couldn't play, so now I'm going second. I went second. So now I'm going first this next one. I think I'm siding. I know I'm going first, but I'm still siding like at least 6 cards. Because even if, like, let's say even if he like ashes me, Imperm, Droll, Gamma, whatever, he does whatever to me, I want to be able to interrupt him if I can't go off. Like, my whole deck is focused on going first and going first. But if I can't, I just want to be prepared. So I count my 15, let him know that I got 15 in the side deck, let him know so I sided properly. Didn't try to cheat him or anything. We shuffle up, we talk for a bit. Not that long. We talk for a bit, we cut. He cuts half, because I don't think he's going to cheat, so I let him cut half. I think he tells me to cut half as well. We usually do the same thing. I'm not sure what I sided. I probably sided Nibiru just because I believe I sided like 3 Nibs and maybe Droll. Just because I know push come to shove, if I don't get to go off because he's hand trapping me to death, I could just wipe his board and then try to go off from there. So I go first. I start off with Fractal, I believe, because that's what that looks like. Oh no, I start off with Kares. Kares dump Kit. So I do Kares, special summon, dump the Kit. Kit effect to dump. I dump the Nerval. Nerval effect search. I search the Fractal. I activate Kares, banish 2. I was thinking about it, and I was like, nah, I'll stick with the banish 2. Banish 2 going into Blossom. Activate Blossom effect, special from hand. Oh, this is actually the game where I misplayed hard. I play a special Kit from hand. I do Blossom and Kares, both in the bedroom, and this is where I messed up. This is where I messed up. I draw one. Yeah, I go into Bear Broom. And this is where I messed up. Actually, let me pull Bear Broom up for people who aren't familiar. Alright, so I'll go into Bear Broom. And this is where I mess up. Where I mess up is I have Foolish Burial. I have Foolish Burial. And I activate it, being a dummy. What I should have done, which I will explain. Oh, I'm going to show myself explaining it to my opponent. As you see, I have Nerval on my Banished and 3 cards in hand. So what I'm supposed to do is I'm supposed to discard 2 cards, keeping the Foolish Burial in hand to revive back the Nerval. And I do Nerval and Bear Broom into Samorg. And when I do Nerval and Bear Broom into Samorg, Bear Broom will let me search the Revolt, the Tribrigade Revolt. Let me give you an example. So I do Bear Broom's effect, discard 2 cards, special back Nerval from the Banish. I use Nerval in the Bear Broom, making the Samorg, triggering the Bear Broom. And when I trigger the Bear Broom, it lets me put my card in hand, which would have been the Foolish Burial, to get the Revolt and set that to the field. That's where I messed up. So I activated Foolish Burial, but netted me 2 cards in hand now. Just to get a dump. I wasn't thinking. I was just like, I was just flustered by my hand. I wasn't thinking at all. And that's what I was explaining to my opponent. That's what I should have did. And that's how I messed up. That'd been the better play. And I already committed. Once I activated the card and grabbed my deck, I knew I messed up. So I think I show him around now. Yeah, show him around now. If I would have kept that in hand, I would have used it. Yeah, I was reading the text. To him, making sure that would have worked. Make sure I wasn't locked into Tribrigade if I activated it, which I wasn't. So I discard 2, my last 2 cards in hand to revive back to Nerval anyways.
But that's just the beginning. The full crispy, juicy, tender experience comes after you take your first
Yep, revive back Nerval anyways.
Order ahead on the app.
And then I go Nerval and Bear Broom into the Samorg. And from here, I'm supposed to have the Barrier Statue. I'm supposed to have the Revolt in hand. I was supposed to search and put the card back, but I missed that. But it's fine. I go in phase, Barrier Statue. Another thing too is you guys didn't notice, but the card I discarded was Tribrigade Rendezvous. Let me find the card. So you guys didn't notice, but the card I discarded was this card, Tribrigade Rendezvous, and what it does, it protects the Barrier Statue. So if he tries to attack or Lightning Storm or destroy by card effect or whatever, he can't destroy it. It protects it from 1 destruction because it's linked, as well as it can't be targeted because of the Samorg, the Bird of Sovereignty. Protects it from targeting. Oh, let me turn off the ad. I'm sorry. Spotify has so much ads. Alright, so he goes 1 for 1, pitches the Barrel Canary for the Sparrow, and right now he's reading because he was thinking about doing Warbler. I knew he was when he said thinking. I told him his only option was Warbler because Warbler has to be special from hand. The only option was Sparrow because if he does Warbler, Warbler has to be special from hand, as you see, to get the special summon effect. So he reads it over, looks at it, and he's like, okay, you're right. So he goes 1 for 1 into Sparrow. Sparrow has an effect to search. He searched the Sapphire Swallow. Sapphire Swallow has an effect to where if you control Winged Beast, you can special that and another level 1, which he did have. So he special summoned itself, and he special summoned the... Oh no, I think he's taking his plays back. Oh yeah, I apologize. Yeah, so I bounced his card before he got the special. I bounced his card. I attempt to use Kit, and he called by the Graves to Kit, which was so strong, power 1 up. So I used Double Dragon Lords to bounce his monster so he can special summon the card he searched. So since he can special summon it, he called buys the Kit, so I can't use Kit this turn or next turn. By miracle, he has Desires. He's getting 2 more cards, so now he normal summons. He does Wear Arfdow, which he should have been burned for 2,000 at this point. I believe Wear Arfdow reads, which we forgot. I think it reads like, let me read it. I think if you don't use the card, it burns you. During the end phase turn, take 2,000 if you didn't normal summon the added card. Yeah, he didn't normal summon the added card, so he was burned for 2,000. So I'm just gonna burn him now. That's something I didn't account for last game. So this is where Arfdow searches. He normal summons the Barrel Canary. and I think another Barrel Canary does Celeste Wagtail, and he attempts to Almirage, I believe. Okay, he does, which is crazy. Barrel Canary, target Barrel Canary to special summon himself, which is crazy. I believe he wanted Almirage now, or maybe earlier. Then he realized he couldn't because of the barrier statue. Yeah. Yeah, so he overlays into a giant Assemble Nightingale. Oops. Yep, Assemble Nightingale. So what Assemble Nightingale reads is it gains 200 attack for each material attached to the card, and it can attack directly. So it's already 600, and this card, which says the card under it gains 200 attack. He has two of them. So that's 400. So he has 3 attacks with 1,000. So I take 3k. So I'm at 5k. He sets one, and he passes. Couldn't make Zeus. I know he wanted to make Zeus here, but he couldn't make Zeus because of the barrier statue. That's what we're talking about. So in phase, on his in phase, I go some more special from deck because it's on both in phases. I special that, and I get a search off the special of the Sparrow, which gives me Nerval. Yes, sir. So now I'm running around with the barrier statue. I think the game is pretty much sealed. To be honest, there's not much you really can do from this point because I draw one. I have 2 cards in hand. So I think I just start this off with double Dragon Lords. Yeah, I just double Dragon Lords, bounces monster. One thing about Assemble Nightingale is if it has Cobalt Sparrow under it, I can't target it. But since he didn't have Cobalt Sparrow, I just target the card and bounce it. I just get rid of it. I know if he attacks me directly with it, it's gonna be a problem. So I just get rid of the card, which kind of seals the game for him because he has like 3. He does have 3 in hand and 1 set, but it's not much he can do, you know. 3 cards in hand, a set card versus barrier statue. When barrier statue has protection, a bounce on his end phase, I'm gonna get another special summon, which is probably gonna net me another search. On top of all of that, I'm actually building. On top of all of that, I'm actually building a bigger board. So I normal summon the Nerval. Activate Nerval's effect. Banish 2 from grave. Go into something you don't see anybody play anymore. The Harpy Conductor. The purpose of this is if I don't have Nerval on field and I need to make barrier statue, I can do it at any moment. So that's why I make this card. But specifically here, me normal summoning that gives me a 3 negate Apollosa. So if I can't kill him this turn, or if he has Nibiru or anything like that, like let's say he has Nibiru or anything like that, cause I want to out the statue. Statue's hurting me. I can't do the rest of my plays because of the statue. So three negates. It's pretty strong. That's period. I don't have to explain it. 3 negates is pretty strong. 3 monster negates is strong. It's hard for him to play through, especially with me being able to recur the barrier statue with Silver Sheller. So the set card was cross out Designator. That literally couldn't have done anything. And from here, I was just gonna go off. I had 2400 attack Apollosa, I had 2400 attack Apollosa, 2400 attack barrier statue. That's already 48. Here you lost 2000 off the Where Art Thou. I just had a game. Double Dragon Lords was 12. Yeah, Dragon Lord was 12, and then I had another. So 12. So 24, 24, 24. That was a game. That was a game on board. So I think it did. So we're siding. I'm siding pretty heavy. I kind of know what to expect. Versus the deck because before it came out, I was really interested in the deck anyways. So I kind of know how to play and how to counter it because that's the deck I'm wanting to pick up. So I already put in 3 Drolls, 3 Nibiru, and 3 Phantasme. In case I don't see Droll and Nibiru, this card will help me see it. The only thing is Phantasme is not the best. It's not the best in this deck. Don't get me wrong. It's kind of, I mean, not this deck. This matchup is really bad in this matchup. But I know he does play Almirage, and I'm hoping in combo he would have the Almirage, and then I can net the draws. The cards I take out is obviously Solemn Strike. I take out Strike. I take out Solemn Judgment. I take out the Jack in the Hand. I take a decent chunk out. From here, how things are standing, I know I'm going second. I'm feeling pretty confident. I sided heavy. A lot of times I don't see my side deck cards. It's one of my biggest issues. I never see my side deck cards. That's why I normally side heavy if I'm playing versus somebody. I try to side out at least 9 cards minimum. I like to side 9 to 12, but 9 cards minimum. I would do 6, but I lean strong on the 9 cards minimum, just because I really want to see some of the cards I'm siding. I just really want to see it. I'm feeling confident I see at least one of the side cards. Spoiler alert, I actually see 3, which is dope. All in all, this match took us an hour and 10 minutes. I think if we were at locals, I would have won though, because I think by the time the 50-minute mark hit, I had more life. I can go back and check, but I'm pretty sure I would have won in time. So he does desires off the top. Banishes 10, draws 2. And then on the desires, I draw the Lockbird, not allowing him to play. From here, I figured I shut down majority of his turn because this deck requires you to search a lot. You need at least like 2 to 3 searches minimum, like 2-3 minimum. So he sets a monster passes. I was like, that's it? He's like, yeah, that's it. So I guess it goes on me. From here, I fractal immediately. He lets it go through. Fractal's fine. I said, okay. I dumped the kit. My bad. I dumped the Nerval. Nerval searching Karis, because why not? Actually, Nerval searching Kit. I believe I search Kit. Yeah, so I do Nerval search Kit, because Kit can dump Rendezvous or can dump another, oh, I lied. So, yep, I searched the Karis. And on the Karis, he draw and Lockbird me. So now we both open draw, which is funny. Hurts both of our decks. So I said, it's fine. I actually activate Talents, Triple Tactics Talents, and look at his hand. From his hand, he has Effect Veiler, Talents, Bird Call, and DD Crow. So I hit the DD Crow just because I don't want him banishing. If you can tell, like, I think Talents maybe would have been a better hit or Bird Call. But for me to play, a lot of that doesn't really stop me. I feel like the Veiler stops me, but I feel like it hurts worse me playing only one Revolt and he banishes with DD Crow one of my things engraved. Like if I was more set up, then it'd be fine, but I was barely set up. So I burn the Effect Veiler now. I banish 2. I make him banish 2, and then I banish 2 to make him hit the kit, which he does. He falls for it. He hits the kit. I feel like he had no choice though. It's like a forced interaction. So he hits the kit. Okay, cool. See, this is where I misplayed. I linked off the kit instead of attacking his face down first. I linked down into Almirage. So that was very little brain. I should have got rid of the body, because if it was a Lyrilusc, that's free advantage for him to have it. So I should have got rid of it, which I didn't. Kind of failure on my part. So I dumped the Fractal off of the kit just so I can, pump more engrave. So I have 2 guaranteed to banish. I got rid of the DD Crow. I made him waste his I got rid of DD Crow. I made him waste his Effect Veiler, so I know he has Bird Call, which he's gonna play. But I'm fine with him playing because it's a search card and I have Droll. But I want him to play as much as possible because they don't really end on negates. They don't really have negates except for the Utopic Future, which requires too much setup to make. It requires way too much setup to make. So I know for a fact him making it, by the time he would have got to this guy right here, the Utopic Future, I would have been able to nib, and he would have never been able to make the Utopic Future Dragon. Oh, Draco. It's called Draco in TCG. Utopic Draco Future in TCG. My bad. So he uses Bird Call. I would Droll here, because I have Droll in hand, but I don't see the point. So I let him resolve his stuff. I know he has talents, so Drolling would be dumb. As he's activating things, I'm telling him I'm thinking. Not my bad. I have my Discord stuff going on in the background. All right. So as he's activating effects, I'm thinking because I'm not sure what to do. He does 1-for-1, pitching the Celestial Wagtail, summoning the Cobalt Sparrow, and then Cobalt Sparrow netting him a search of Barrel Canary, and then from here he does Barrel Canary. Oh no, he doesn't. I'm wrong. So he goes straight into the rest of the Starling.
Theaters and streaming only on Peacock now.
Oh, he doesn't, cause I think he knows I have Droll. So he's trying. Yeah, he knows I have Droll. Cause I keep asking questions, so he knows I have Droll. I'm kind of hinting I have Droll in hand. So instead he's trying to play around it. So he does Barrel Canary, targets less Wagtail to special, and overlay all of them into the Assembled Nightingale. Alright, so here's the thing about this. Assembled Nightingale gains 200 for each material, so that's already 400. I mean 2 4 I apologize, 800. So it's already 800 because it's 4 materials. But the thing about this is this card right here makes you gain 200. So it gains 200 on top of that, so it's 1,000. And he attacks 4 times. She attacks 4 times. It's 4 material on it. So I already lost half my life points, which is strong. And then he goes Zeus. So I'm like, you know what? Nib. Right here. I nib him. Wipe his board. Wipe the entire board. Give him a Nibiru token. 3,000 attack, 3,000 defense token. I put in defense. I think it would have been smarter if I put in attack just so I can out the token. Because now I don't have anything bigger than the token to out it. I know he has talents, but I'd assume he'd be greedy and draw. Because a lot of people are greedy with the talents and they draw too. I was hoping he would have drew. So when he did draw the 2, I could have just drolled. Drolled maybe. In case he had any ways to keep playing from then. But he doesn't. He looks at my hand. He lets me keep the droll. But hits my Cures. Which is super strong because now he's forcing me to be on top deck mode. I think he has like 2 cards in hand left. Oh, he has nothing in hand. So he has nothing in hand. I draw for turn. I literally drew Slower Swallow, I believe. This card. I literally drew Slower Swallow. So I had Slower Swallow and the card sounds so sus. I have Slower Swallow and I have not Nerval, Droll in hand, so I can't play. He draws Desires off the top. That is just cracked. Like literally, he draws a Pot of Greed off the top, which is crazy. So I draw him right here. I'm like, you know what? You have your Pot of Greed. I'm gonna draw you. You know I have it. I draw him. He gets no more draws. So now he's kind of forced to play what he has, which kind of with a deck like this. With a deck like this, when you're under draw, you're basically forced to go into Assembled Nightingale. That's it. Attack directly. I made him waste his Zeus, which was godsend that he didn't play 2. If he played 2 Zeus, I firmly believe if he played 2 Zeus, I would have lost. That would have been the difference in the game. So he specials. He uses Barrel Canary's effect. Target Sparrow to special. He doesn't get the search off a Sparrow because he's under draw. I think he's just thinking. There's not much he can think about. Just overlay into this. Maybe it would have been stronger if he overlaid into this, actually. This would have been stronger. He tried to push for damage here. Wasn't the answer. So far, he has 2, 4, 6. He has 600 attack. He can attack twice. Has 1,200 damage. Oh, no. He has another 0. So he can attack 3 times. So he has 2, 4, 6, 8. He can attack 3 times. That's 24. So he does 24 damage. I'm at 1,600 life points left. And that card can't be targeted. Because under it, as a material, he has this. So this card gives him 200 material. 200 attack. This card gains attack based on material. So he is 2, 4, 6. And he gains another 200. And then he has this under it. So I can't really target it with any card effects. On top, if you read this card, it says if you detach, it can protect it from battle. I think it can't be destroyed by battle and it's protected from battle damage. Yeah, it can't be destroyed by battle or card effects, and you take no battle damage. Alright, so it's protected from battle, card effects, and it can't be targeted. So I have no choice but to try to banish it. So I lead with the normal kit. He has nothing for the kit. I'm trying to big brain this the best way I can. My Almirage is gone and wasted. I was thinking maybe if I attacked this monster, Almirage could trigger Engrave, special itself special itself. So I had the body plus Kit would trigger to dump. So I was gonna go into battle, but I was like, you know what? That's like the dumbest decision ever. I have to out the card. So activate Kit. I banish 2, I believe. Yep. I go into Blossom. Cause Blossom best card. Let's go. I lied. I went to the bedroom. I lied. So I didn't go to Blossom. I overlay both. Overlay LOL. I synchro. LOL. Link. My bad. Keck W. I link both. Right now I search Revolt, and I finally got rid of the Slower Swallow out of my hand, cause now I have the Tribrigade Revolt. But now I'm locked into Tribrigade at this point. But it's fine. Cause I activate Kit, cause Kit was linked off. So Kit dumps Nerval, and Nerval searches the Fractal. I activate effect to special the Fractal. Activate her effect, special Fractal. Fractal effect, vanish 3. Go into Rugal. And then, yep. Maybe I should have kept. Oh no, I was pushing for damage. That's why I didn't keep. Yeah, so I'll go into Rugal. Rugal and Blossom making the link 4 Omen. And I think from here he just scoops it up. Cause I banish this. Yeah, I banish this monster. I have Revolt set. There's not much he could do. Oh, he doesn't scoop it up. I lied. So I guess Omen banishes his monster. I do 3k on top of 19. Oops. My bad. Yep. So alright. So here's the interaction he was going for. He was trying to do imperm in the middle column to turn off my revolt because he knows it's a revolt. And I was explaining to him that if you imperm in the middle column from your hand, if you imperm from your hand, it won't turn off the zone. It'll just turn off my link. So I allow him to take it back and keep his imperm because I understand. Honest mistake, you know. I understand. So I let him keep the imperm. So he does bird call off the top, which I don't really see the point in keeping going. It's pretty much game at this point. I opened up Nibiru, 2 Droll, Talents. I kind of had everything I needed, you know. Like he had Droll and Talents, but the fact that I had the Nibiru and another Droll, it just kind of seals the deal, you know. So he tries playing through it. He does special summon Turquoise Warbler. Warbler has an effect to special summon from grave or hand, which you guys should know already. He special summon Sparrow. Sparrow has an effect to search. I'm like fine. So this is the line of play he's going for. We know it's imperm in the hand, but let's pretend we didn't know. He still didn't have the gas because this card requires you to control Winged Beast, which he does control, but you have to special summon it and something else. So he's gonna go into this. He's gonna go into this search any other Lyrilusc, and then these two special, and this special is whatever he searched, and then he can make another one, search something else, and overlay those two into this, and then make this. That way he kind of have an answer. But I think he starts to realize no matter what, he can't negate the Omen because once I activate Revolt, I can do Omen Chainlink 1. I can do Omen Chainlink 1 and like Chainlink 2 like Nerval or something or Kit, and then he can't really respond to it. So instead he's gonna make Ensemble Blue, but then I think he realizes from there too is like if he Ensemble Blues, when I do activate the Revolt to banish, I'm gonna have 2 Omens. So if he bounces one, I could just activate the first one anyways and still be good. Like he realizes there's nothing he can do from this point in this kind of game. He kind of sees. Let me stop the ad. So he kind of sees that that this basically seals the deal. This is game. He only has 31 left and have more than enough to go for lethal with follow up. Because Revolt is gonna net me so much follow up. Revolt is gonna net me another monster, my link 4, I can easily search Kirez. This isn't the wave, but I can easily banish his monster with a revolt. Use search Kirez, link off the link 4, search the Fable Tuner, do Kirez dump pitching Fable Tuner, revive itself, make Herald Arclight, and then everything I do from that point on is protected because I have Herald, and there's nothing he can do from that point because I have Omni Negate. So his Imperm would be kind of dead. It would trade 1 for 1. So yeah, he realized there's nothing he can do from this point. So he kind of scoops it up. We talk about the decks. The cards I sided in. I sided heavy. I seen 2 Drolls and the Nib, and I sided in 3 Droll, 3 Nib. So I see my side. That had a big part of me winning the game. We're just talking at this point, so I think I'm just gonna move on. Yeah, I was showing them. Yeah. So at this point, you can see that as you see, the game was really like grindy. It was really hard to play, so I couldn't really show off what the deck can do. But let's move on to the deck profile. All right, we have the deck profile portion of this. I'm gonna keep it nice and easy and short. Let me remove these, and let me remove this. I'm gonna keep it true to the deck profile. Those were some alterations. My bad. Those were some alterations I was making. Oh, it's not adverse. It's avarice. Yeah, okay. I'm stupid. Avarice. Yeah, I'm stupid. I thought it was adverse. Okay, so we're gonna start off with Warbler. This card's crazy. It's really good in this deck. One Warbler and Fractal. These 2 cards is full combo, or this and this is full combo, or this and this is full combo. One Warbler and any of these 3 in this line is literally full combo. It's great. So you have the Warbler, a 3 of. You kind of want to see this in your opener when you control no monsters. You can special summon this in your Lyrilusc and grave your hand. So you kind of want to open this. So that's why you play 3. This you don't really want to open because it requires too much setup. Like you have to have a card to special summon this to net any advantage. A lot of times you're using this to special this. We're using this to special this, or you're doing this to special this on end phase. So you just play 2 and 1 of this because this requires way too much setup. It requires you to control the wing beast as well as having 2 level 1s. This and itself. I mean this and another level 1. So it requires too much setup. We have the Slower Swallow. This card isn't the best. I'll probably cut this down to 1. Maybe like 2 is decent. Maybe pure Lyrilusc it'd be good at 2. But this card requires 2 cards of the same level to be on the field to special summon this from hand. So it's an extender. But if you open up this and any one of these 3 with this, then it's just so good because this card is a free special summon as well as being a free special summon. You could just tribute it and then draw 2 cards instead of 1 for your normal draw, the next draw phase. So it turns kind of into a pot of greed in a sense. So it's a decent card. I would cut this down to 1 maybe. Wasn't feeling it like that. If we want to play a 40 card deck profile, then definitely cut this to 1. 3 Nerval, self-explanatory. 3 Fractal, 3 Kit, 2 Keras. This is basic Tribrigade stuff. Then we have the Fabled Tuner. What this card is if you discard this card, being like if you discard it off, oh, we're not playing 1 for 1 in here. That's him. Okay, yeah. So if you discard it off Keras, it special summons itself, and then this level 2 and this level 2 make Herald Arclight. So you have a 1 card Herald Arclight. So if you're worried about Nibiru, this literally saves you from being hit with Nibiru. Plus, people forget that Herald Arclight says if a card is sent from hand or deck to grave, it's banished instead. So it's kind of like a Macrocosmos, or a reverse, like a reverse Shinshin. So basically, you get these 2 on field. Like you'll discard this special itself. Resolve Kit first to dump, then make Hero to Arclight. It's pretty cool, pretty nifty. I like it a lot. In the Phantom Knight match, you'll see that. I've done it a good amount of times. That I'm gonna post next. We have the Barrier Statue. This card is a win condition in itself. It's a really good card. It's self-explanatory. We have the Tenki just to be our 4th Fractal. We have the Fool's Burial because it's a starter. You dump Kit, kipped up Nerval. You get a card in hand. You're playing, you know. So it's a starter. This plus this is insane. You have the Rendezvous. This card reads targeting number link. This just makes your cards gain 700. It doesn't matter. This part matters. It says if a link beast warrior or wing beast you control be destroyed by battle or card effect, you can banish 1 card from your graveyard instead. That is super strong. I mean, you banish this card from your graveyard instead. This is super strong because a lot of times when they're under barrier statue, they can't target it with imperm because this card protects it from being targeted. So they can't target the card. So when you have Rendezvous engrave, the normal summon attack over your defense position monster. You banish this, and then they're still under the card, so they still can't play. So this card is really good. Call by the Grave, just protect your plays. Triple Talents, just because this card helps a lot. Triple Imperm, just because when your opponent plays, you want to be able to interrupt them. And if you're going first, this is a good card to set. Triple Strike, One Judgment, really good cards. They're just really good cards. One Revolt, I play one because it conflicts with the barrier statue, so I just played the One Revolt. It's searchable. I don't care about opening it because I can get it in combo. The one Imperial Order, just because it's strong. We have spells, but we don't need spells to play. We have monsters. We don't need the spells. Realistically, we don't. Jack in the Hand, just because you reveal this, you reveal this, you reveal this, because you don't want your opponent taking this. So you reveal this, and this. Your opponent usually always, for some reason, takes Nerval when really you wanted this card the whole time. And if they do take this and they know better, you just grab Nerval, free Nerval. So it trades. It's like a fourth Nerval, or it gets this. If it gets this and you already had this or this, then you're good. And then you have the Pot of Avarice. It's just Pot of Greed. Reshuffle back resources and draw two. It's decent. It's not the best card. To be honest, I would cut this and play second Revolt. I would cut it, play second Revolt. Jack in the Hand, it's a really good card. Don't get me wrong. It's really good. But I would cut it and just play Ash Blossom if we're being real. Just because you have more ways to interrupt your opponent. For the extra deck, we have the Almirage, normal kit, Almirage. You should know the combo by now if you watch Tribrigade Function. The one Rugal is a really good card at 1. Anymore is just ugly. 2 Omen. Some people are playing 3. For this build, you only need 2. Because you're not just revolt the whole game, you know. You have Blossom, really good card. 3 is too much. We have the Bear Broom. Some people play 2. I prefer 1 because you only have the 1 Revolt anyways. So you don't need, and even with 2 Revolts, I still play with Bear Broom. It doesn't justify 2 slots in the extra deck. Conductor actually does, because this is how you make your Simorg if you don't have Nerval on field. This is how you actually get the Simorg on the top, in the EMZ. This is how you get that with this. Plus, as you've seen, I needed this to make the Apollosa under the barrier statue, just to get rid of the barrier statue. Double Dragon Lord, self-explanatory. Simorg, this is your free barrier statue with protection. Apollosa negates. This attacks directly, get you your Zeus. This searches your, this is part of Lyrilusc combo. If you know about Lyrilusc, you know about this. Zeus obviously is Zeus. And then you have the Arclight. Arclight, Omni negate, real strong. Summon it, put it in defense, real strong. And the side deck is my personal choice. Before we end this, I just want to say when I do side, I tend to, these 3 cards, right? These 4 cards, I take out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I take those out. Actually, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Those I take out, and I'll put in like 9 cards from here. But these were Jack in the Hand. That's why it's so easy to take out. Now that these are Ash Blossoms, I'd have to find 3 other cards to take out, like maybe Talents. Not necessarily Talents, because I like Talents, but maybe Barrier Statue, because I'm already having to play through a board. So maybe, actually, I'd keep Barrier Statue. No, because I'm already having to play through a board, so I don't want to open this. So maybe take out Barrier Statue and go a more Tribrigade route. Yeah, take out Barrier Statue and probably like cut this too. Take out this, and maybe 1 Revolt, or maybe I keep both and then take out definitely Imperial. If I didn't count Imperial, then Imperial. If not, if I did count it already, then I don't know, maybe one of these, maybe Fractal or some shit, or maybe Tenki, because I already have 3 Fractals. But yeah, that's what I do. But that's pretty much it. I'm not gonna drag the video, man. You guys have a good one.